also, when I was working there, see, I wasn't aware that my coworkers was doing witchcraft on me. Also, while I was working there, I also got in a car accident, ended up totaling my mother's Crown Vic. This is the problem. God already told me exactly which coworker put witchcraft on their car. But on top of that, my mother did not tell me that the brakes won't catching. She was like, oh yeah, the brakes was having some issues. Okay, you supposed to tell me that before I get in the car and pull off, bro. And she was like, oh, well, I didn't know that. Why? How do you not know to tell somebody that's driving your car that the brakes acting up? How do you not know to tell someone that? Yeah, you didn't tell me that shit on purpose. What happened during peak season, them 10 hours and 6 days a week, Nina driving home. I'm sitting there about to pull out the work parking lot, and I got behind one of my supervisors, and we both were going to the left because that's the quickest way for me to get home. He was taking too fucking long. I could go to the right and get home too. Just I gotta go through an extra neighborhood. He was taking too fucking long, bro. I got impatient. This is why patience pays off. I pulled around him, yo, and I went right, and I shouldn't have did that shit. I should have stayed patient. But no. So I end up on this street called George Washington Highway, which is a really busy street. But the way they got lights set up is not good for traffic flow when traffic is heavy. So I'm driving down the street, I'm doing the speed limit, and I'm one of them drivers. I don't drive to the T like 10 and 2, but one thing I do not do is ride up on other drivers. I do not like riding up on other people. I like having space in between me and another driver. Why the fuck the brakes give out, bro? I'm hitting the brakes. Cause traffic ended up backed up. We was all going 40 miles per hour, and then all of a sudden traffic slowed down. I'm hitting the brakes, bro. Hitting the brakes. I'm screaming. Them motherfuckers won't catch, and I end up crashing into the car in front of me, which I'm glad that I did, because the way I went at first trying to avoid from hitting her, I went to the left, and the left was oncoming traffic. Ended up crashing into the car in front of me. I hit her so hard, I didn't even realize her car was lifted up off the ground. She hit the car in front of her. Okay, and that person hit the car in front of them. Yes, baby, full car pilot. I said, fuck. Shit, man. Car totaled. But that car saved my life. I hated that car when my mama first got it. It didn't have a CD player. It just had a radio. It was a real police car. So if you sat in the back, somebody had to let you out. Like, they bought it off the auction. Like, it was a real police car. So I used to hate her trauma from what I've been through. I used to hate that damn car. And then ended up falling in love with it. I made so much money in that car. And all my homeboys that sold drugs, damn sure like that car, because I looked like the police. So they be like, yo. They're like, come give me a ride. Even if they had a car, because it would be safer to transport what they need to transport in a vehicle that look like a police car, because it makes us less, suspicious, if you understand. Yep, my baby got totaled. I was so sad, and I do miss that damn car. That was a damn good car, man. So my female ex-best friend hit me up. She was homeless because she was staying with her brother and her father when she moved back to Jersey. Her father passed away, so it was just her and her brother when I went to go visit her. I didn't know her brother ain't like her, though. I found out, well, after living with her, I found out why her brother didn't like her. Okay, but this is when she went homeless the first time. And the shit is stupid, bro, because you knew you had to move. Like, you had the opportunity to go get a job. You had the opportunity to get your finances together. You just a lazy ass bitch, just like my sister and my mama, and that shit irked me, bro. And like, you don't want to work for whatever reason, and you don't have chronic pain, you don't have a criminal background. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these bitches. They just feel like the world supposed to be handed to them because they in pain. Shit irks me, bro. But yeah, so she didn't want to work. Her brother didn't want to live with her, so she almost went homeless, but what she did was she finessed her way in with this guy. They end up in a relationship, and he ends up paying for everything. Paying the rent, paying this, paying that. The bitch don't want to work at all. Ain't got no business, ain't got no ambition. Like, bitch, Wendy's was up the street. You could have walked to Wendy's, and I know that for a fact because when I came to visit you, bitch, we walked to Wendy's. You could have went and got a job at Wendy's. Never fucking mind. So basically what happened was he was over her shit. She's lazy. He stopped coming home, and basically he broke the lease on purpose because he didn't want to be in a relationship with her anymore. Because he realized she was using him like she uses every fucking body. She doesn't want to work, and she think everybody's supposed to take care of her. I don't know if that's a females born in July type thing. I don't know what the fuck it is, but her and my sister got the same fucking issue. I can't say it's a Leo thing. Okay, unevolved Leos, because we like to evolve Leos. But okay, that bitch is a Cancer. Okay, so it's like I don't know. I don't know if it's a July thing or depression thing with people born in that month. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. But yeah, y'all need to work on this shit to the unevolved people born in July. Y'all really do. Because it's some like the people born in the month of July, I've noticed they be depressed as shit. And I don't know why. It's the energy of that month or something. But that's something I'm just not realizing. People born in the month of July, if they don't like deal with their own shit, they be some really mental fucking patients. And I'm not saying all of you. If you've been working on something, baby, it don't apply to you, okay? Let's wear shoes that fucking fit, all right? Now, so yeah, I went to go see her because they ended up sending me home because I was crying because she's like, I'm going to kill myself because she ended up going homeless. Her ass was on the fucking curb, and then she calling me and fussing at me like I'm responsible for you being homeless though, bitch. Your boyfriend got tired of you, and he broke lease because he wanted to get away from you. That bitch was literally sitting on the curb. Y'all think I just went homeless out of nowhere? No, that bitch was sending spells because she want me to be in her position. Y'all not destiny swapping with me, bro. Fuck that. My ass ended up getting sent home because I kept crying. I couldn't stop crying. I'm like, I don't want her to commit suicide, but I can't get to her right now. So they sent me home. I ended up taking like an extra day off. I think it was like Friday or something like that. And I was like, I'm going up to New York. I'm going to go see Leisha. I need to make sure she's straight because she was homeless at the point in time. She's in a homeless shelter. Why she ended up getting a boyfriend? And she didn't tell me. She got a whole new boyfriend while she was homeless. He was homeless too. Like, listen, it was too much. I go up there to see her. I'm worried about you. You suicidal. My mama came with me. Plus, I got business I need to handle. Why this bitch from the whole time she was with me for hours. The whole time she's with me, I done spent money for me and my mama to come up here. I'm paying for everybody's food. I'm paying for everything that you need, bro. I'm paying for everything that you need, bro. Food, whatever. Like, you hitting my weed, everything. And you can't get off the phone with your boyfriend that you see every fucking day, and your best friend came all the way from Virginia, bitch. All the way to fucking New York, and you can't get off the phone with your boyfriend. Yeah, fuck you. Me and my mama both were pissed about this shit. That bitch was with me for like 5 hours, bro. And she was on the phone with her boyfriend the whole time. This shit pissed me the fuck off. Because that's so fucking inconsiderate. I spent money. I took time off from my job to come see you. And I didn't have to. I could have just went and handled the business I need to handle. That's why I would go to New York. Like, I would go to New York, yeah, to go see my people. But I would really go because I would do business up there. Like, I would do business up there. So that's what the fuck. Okay. And then I'm trying to show her something different. Like, come with me while I'm handling my business. I can show you, like a different life, entrepreneur life. Like, get some ambition about yourself. No, I'm paying for everything. She on the phone with her boyfriend. And then his poor soul, he ends up, okay, because he homeless and he working and she homeless without a job. And then he got a car. So they end up sleeping in her car. She kept complaining about the shelter. And then, and next thing I know, she hitting me up. Nina, I need $50. Nina, I need $20. Nina, I need this. Nina, I need... Bitch, you need a job. The fuck? And I got criminal records and shit. And you ain't got that? Bitch, you need a job. Suck some dick for pay or something. Shit. Damn. And so basically, like I was saying, though, my coworkers was hating on me. Okay, because I'm leaving work early to go to business events and radio interviews. I ended up doing 2 interviews with popular radio hosts and just like what is it called? Like, I guess like a host out here. I forgot what it's called. Basically, she be hosting parties and stuff. Like, she mad cool. She's also a Virgo. Her name is Miss Remy, and I posted the 2 interviews on the Koncrete Rose page. So yeah, I ended up doing those 2 interviews with her. She was cool as shit. And then people I knew started dying left and right. I mean, I had like 2 people die like a week and some change apart from each other. My homeboy twin died. Somebody I grew up in a neighborhood with named Sly died. My sister uncle died. It was like people was just dying. Dropping, bro. It was a lot. So I'm frustrated. I'm trying to process all these deaths all at once. And I'm getting pulled every which way at work. I'm overworked, okay? And then I'm vending for myself as well. Like, it was a lot going on. And Went to somebody I grew up with by the name of Sylvester. I went to his funeral. I had to pick up my ex-fiance because he didn't have a ride there. The funeral is completely packed the fuck down. His goddamn baby mama walked in. She ain't got nowhere else to sit but beside us. So he's literally sitting in between me and his baby mama. And at that point in time, we didn't have an issue with each other, but we weren't cool either, though, at the same time. So it's tension with that. And then we about to go get food and stuff. And then here come Juice. And Juice need a ride. So now I got to go take Juice to get a ride. But Juice wants some Jamaican food. So we got to go a happy time to go get some Jamaican food. And niggas sitting in the car smoking, talking about my fucking twin flame before I even knew who the fuck my twin flame was. How the fuck this nigga got 100,000? So yeah, P, Juice supposed to be your friend, right? Romar supposed to be your friend. Them niggas popping shit about you though in the fucking car though. How the fuck this nigga got $100,000 and he's still in Portsmouth? That's his money, not yours. Well, you mad cause you ain't even got $1,000. Gracious. Sitting there pocket watching another man. That's some pussy ass shit. P, I've been telling you, you need to watch who the fuck you be calling your friends, boy. You do. Juice and Bubba and them, they ain't your fucking friend, and you too sweet of a fucking person. I used to tell you that all the time. You too damn naive, and it's because you a sweetheart, and you believe a man over a woman because of your mama. Every female ain't your mama, boy. Boy, sitting there talking, your goddamn friend Anthony Gottlieb, Juice. Was that an anomaly or not? Zach and Raymond Spence, was that an anomaly or not? Oh, okay. Yeah, you sitting there popping shit about Peter. Cause he won that goddamn beat battle, whatever the fuck it was. And how the nigga got $100,000? He's still in Portsmouth. Cause he can. That's not your money. So why are we watching it? And that's a Virginia 7-5. That's a Virginia problem, period. Always watching what somebody else doing. Watch your own shit, bitch. Damn. Shit irritates me. So basically the twin flame situation got fired. Okay. And I got him asking me for money. I got my homeless female ex-best friend asking me for money. I'm frustrated. I'm overwhelmed. I had to take my ex-fiance all the way back to Richmond. I got some head and some dick though before I came back. I drove back in a fucking tornado. Because I had a rental car. I drove back in a fucking tornado. I was taking that rental car back that same night when it was supposed to go back. I won't pay extra. Bro, I drove through a tornado in the dark. When I say it was scary, and I know God got me, let me tell you. I don't know how close I was to that damn tornado, but that shit was bad. Okay? It was dark too, and I told him we were driving up there. I said, bruh, I looked at the color of the sky, and that shit was a little green. I said, that looked like a tornado. Man, listen. He thought, so you should have spent the night. Hell no. I already know. You trying to get me pregnant on purpose, trying to trap me. No, thank you. No, thank you. I just wanted some dick, boo. I was not emotionally attached. I just wanted some head and some dick. Okay? That was it. And that was all. I go back to the job the day after Sly funeral, and I should have took some time off. I didn't realize how, like, all these deaths back to back to back were affecting me in a negative way. The girl come up to me, although she was dead ass wrong, cause I was nice to her now. The girl come up to me, but I just ain't had no patience. And she had already irritated me before, cause she come up to me and she gonna ask me, is my afro a wig? Bitch, you know it ain't no wig with your bald head ass. You knew my hair wasn't no goddamn wig. So she come up to me, cause we don't really speak, but once again, I'm the person who knows damn near every digital system in that warehouse. I pretty much taught myself, so I know what different buttons do and what this does and what. She's like, Nina. She's like, how do I get off the screen? How do I get off the screen? But I never, and this was the issue. I answered her question, but her problem was I didn't give her the proper attention she felt that she needed because I didn't stop. I didn't stop walking. I looked at her screen when I was walking past. I said, hit the blue button. And I kept walking. I didn't say it nice. I didn't say that. I didn't say it nasty is what I meant. I said, hit the blue button. I said it just like that and kept walking. I hear her going off on the other side of the warehouse. I said, who the fuck is that going off like that? I mean, my entire section done went over there. I'm like, I look up, ain't nobody over here working or nothing. I said, what the fuck going on? I'm going through paperwork, checking paperwork. Hollywood pulled up on me. Hollywood said, man, Nina, you really pissed that girl the fuck off. I said, what girl? She said, that girl. And he told me what girl. I said, for what? I said, that's who over there going off. I said, she going off about me for what? Because when I say that bit was loud, and it's loud in there because the clamps and this, that, and the third, the machines running. So that warehouse is loud. And for me to hear her and she that fucking loud going off like we in the fucking hood or something, I said, what the fuck going on over there? I said, well, how the fuck I piss off? And he was like, she said that, you didn't stop and look her in the eyes and answer her question. I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me, Hollywood. I said, I answered the girl question, just kind of answered it the way she wanted it to. I said, I answered it nicely. And then I ended up snapping, bruh. And I smacked the fucking table. I smacked the fuck out of that table. I said, yo, one of my fucking neighborhood friends just went down on the fucking ground yesterday. I ain't got time for this bullshit. I said, somebody else just fucking died. I ain't got time for this bullshit. Hollywood said, Nina, he said, go home. He said, take the rest of the day off, yo. He said, yeah, go home. I said, man, listen, I'm trying to get my money. He said, Nina, you really need to go home. He said, you overwhelmed. And I didn't realize it. So shout out to Hollywood, man. You always was nice to me. I appreciate you. So I also ended up becoming cool with like the janitors of the building, me, and it was a OG Virgo by the name of Charles. When I say that was my guy, he used to be spitting wisdom and knowledge to me. He's a 5%er, like he know a lot of knowledge, good-hearted dude, right? Or so I thought. We were friends on Facebook for years. He even donated some stuff to my charity. My grandma ended up getting this really, really nice Virgo. Y'all know Virgos like nice shit, and so do Pisces. Granny's a Pisces. And he ended up donating this really, really nice, like, velvet burgundy, queen size, it might have been king size, bed set. My grandma ended up getting that. My grandma loved that shit. And then it's just, just the fact, like, he donated, I appreciated him. And then I remember me and him was having a conversation that day, and he said queen. Because he always called me queen. He always called me queen. He said, queen, anytime you're having a conversation with somebody, he said, look them in their eyes. And I said, why? He said, so you can read them. And he's right. And that's one of the reasons why I stopped looking people in their eyes, because I would see too much. What happened was, it was 2024. I told y'all about it on one of the lives. He ended up getting up on his Facebook, called me a pickle face bitch. He called me a dumb bitch. He said his daughter, she liked to fight and shit. What's up? Never said anything. Never did anything to the man. Because it's a particular producer out here who Chardonnay, I never fucking met you. I've always supported you. I got the screenshots. You mad at what somebody else fucking told you. I don't know Zach. Okay? I don't know Zach. I've done nothing but support Zach. I actually sent Zach some videos when I first met him of him and Glow performing and Q5. I didn't know none of y'all, and I recorded y'all and sent y'all videos of y'all performing because I know how important it is as a performer to have actual video recordings of your performances, and I didn't have to do that. I don't have no issue with Cypher. I don't have no issue with Q5, other than the fact that, my only issue I ever had with Q5 is he hang around people that try to take my shit down, like Anthony Gallup and Romar. So no, I can't be around Quentin, because Quentin be around people lying on me and defamating my character and tearing down my brand. I ain't got no fucking issue with Q5. But Q5 apparently got an issue with me. Webby is up and is fucking stuck with all of you. With all of you. Because you should have checked in before you assumed and ran with shit. Chardonnay do not know me. I do not know Chardonnay, but I counseled that boy, and I told him I'd be willing to speak to his nephew. And you, Sir Charles, decided to get your ass up on Facebook and call me a pickle-faced dumb bitch, and your daughter, well, sir, I got a 3.778 GPA. I guarantee you your daughter ain't got that shit. And now you want to, when you realize a year and some change later, I inbox you and I say, I thought we was cool, and you didn't want to say nothing? And then here you come liking stuff now. Here you come liking stuff and beautiful queen. As soon as you sent me that beautiful queen, I inboxed you. I said, I thought you said something about your daughter was going to fight me. Man never hit me back. He's liked stuff every once in a while. It's too many lines crossed. It's too many lines crossed because Mr. Charles, I ain't did shit to you. And then you're going to call me a pickle face bitch. You call me a pickle face bitch because my face broke out. Because bitches sent a fucking beauty spell to make my face break out. Because I didn't used to have no fucking pimples on my face. My face used to be clear. And then you say it from a video where I'm helping the elderly woman trying to get out of abusive elder home. You completely out of pocket, sir. And I had hella fucking respect for you. I ain't gotta get on y'all level. Just like I had hella fucking respect for Q5 and Zach and Fortress and this, that, and the third. I don't know y'all niggas. And y'all niggas don't know me, just like Carl don't know me. Carl is jealous of me because he's mad because I kept getting booked places and he's a fucking drunk. Y'all need to help y'all fucking friend. He's a fucking drunk. Just like his, never mind. Y'all need help, bro. The problem ain't Nina. I ain't did nothing but pour into the 757 and put even people outside of the 757 onto the 757. Y'all need fucking help. Chardonnay, keep your mouth off me because you going to have some real big problems. Because God do not play about Nina. Ain't no way in hell you a drummer at a church and you treating me and talking to me like this and I ain't did shit to you. Reconnect with God. If you really know God, Chardonnay, reconnect with God. Because my brother, you are very far from them right now. If you really love God like you say you love God, if you really love your nephew like you say you love your nephew, you need to fucking get up off of Nina and reevaluate yourself. Because it ain't Nina. Because Nina ain't never did nothing to you. Go reread them fucking messages. I always supported you, bro. Go read every message I sent you. I always supported you, bro. And a lot of y'all need to go do that. Go look at your inbox. I've always supported y'all. If I had an issue, I directly came to a person. Ask Stefan. Ask Marissa. I went directly to Stefan. I went directly to Marissa. I went directly to Benji, or whatever Benji name is. I went directly to, just like I went directly to Ray, the painter. Ray, I forgot the nigga name from Portsmouth. Y'all know who Ray is. I went directly to these people. I'm like, yo, do you have an issue? Did I do something to you? I've asked it. Did I do something? I may not be aware. Did I do something to you? If I did, let me know so I can apologize. I asked Chardonnay the same thing when me and Chardonnay had a whole fucking conversation. Chardonnay ain't tell y'all we had a personal conversation though. Oh, I got it recorded, nigga. Don't worry. I got it recorded. Oh, Nina, I really fuck with you. Really? Chardonnay. That's not what you're telling everyone else, but I have it recorded. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I'm tired of y'all lying on me. That's why. I can record whoever the fuck I want to. I'm tired of y'all lying on me. No, you can't. You ain't gonna sue me, nigga. No, you're not. I ain't gonna go too good for you. Anyway, so, like I told y'all in the beginning, you're not supposed to get hit. Okay, if you get hit, you and the driver both have to go get tested. I ended up getting hit 3 times, and we all know I'm high as a kite. My managers knew that. Jerry told me that one time. He walked up to me. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. He was like, you high as a kite, ain't you? I said, huh? What you talking about? He said, Nina, he said, I don't care that you smoke weed. He said, as long as you show up and you're good at your job, I really don't care. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, I want to admit into it, but I was like, oh, okay. You know? But yeah, I got hit 3 times. The first time I got hit, Mr. John was speeding through the warehouse and incorrectly, because you're supposed to drive forklifts and clamps backwards when you have a load up there. And he was driving forward, so he couldn't see me, and that's why he hit me. He couldn't see me. The boxes was too high. You ain't supposed to be driving forward. You're supposed to be driving backwards so you can see where you're going. The second time I got hit, I believe, I don't even remember that man's name, but he had a drinking problem. And I heard he had a drinking problem, but I didn't really see it that bad. And I should have known, because sometimes he would be aggressive and sometimes he'd be really, really sweet. And I'm like, what the fuck? But I didn't know he was drinking before he came to. A lot of them would drink before they came to work. They'd have a beer or two before they clocked in, yo. Man, when I say that man hit me so bad, he was speeding into the truck. I just so happened to be standing on the edge of the ramp. I did not see him coming because he came up from behind me. And I shouldn't have been standing on the ramp. That's where I fucked up at. I was standing on the edge of the ramp. When I say one of the corner of the boxes that he had caught my elbow and it pushed me into the truck. When it pushed me into the truck, somehow, some way, my pants or my shoestring or something got stuck in the wheel of it. When I say this nigga was speeding down the truck, bro, my ankle was going to snap. I'm literally running down the truck beside him, and I have to keep turning around in circles and then jumping over my ankle to keep my ankle from breaking. And I'm screaming the whole time like, yo, 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 yo. And we halfway down. The truck is 40 fucking feet long, y'all. We halfway down the fucking truck, and he realized I'm attached to his fucking clamp. He said, oh shit. This nigga finally stops. I get my foot unstuck. Why is my foot cut open? He said, Nina, please. I said, I ain't gonna say shit, bro. I said, it's just some blood. I'll be alright. Cause I'm like, I need this job too. Man, listen, the shit I went through, and then the fake twin flame hit me too. This nigga, he's so busy flirting with me, not paying attention. He stopped at the door, before he went into the truck to say something. And I'm standing, because we didn't have desks because it's a warehouse. So we would pile up a whole bunch of pallets. And anybody know pallets is not light. So it was like maybe 10 to probably like maybe 13 pallets piled up. And I'm standing behind it and I'm checking off the paperwork. And he went to go speed into the truck. Once again, not paying attention. Corner of the box, caught the corner of the pallets. When I said I went flying up against that wall, that shit echoed throughout the warehouse. I don't know how nobody noticed I got hit. And then he's sitting there looking at me shocked for like a whole 60 seconds. I'm like, and I'm pushing this shit. I'm trying to push this shit off me. My ribs is crushed. My back is crushed. I'm like, fuck, bro. I went flying like a good 2 feet before I hit the wall. And I'm like, get this shit off me. He was like, oh shit. And then he backed up. He like, Nina, I'm so sorry. I'm like, this too much. I gotta get the fuck about this job. Okay, it ain't worth it. I'm telling you, it ain't worth it, man. So also that was the same job when Hollywood came up to me and he was like, well, I told the fake twin flame, I told him on Monday, I said, yo, somebody really important is gonna die. That Thursday, Hollywood pull up on me. Hollywood always joking. I'm thinking he joking. He was like, yo, Nina. He was like, Prince died, man. I said, Hollywood, go ahead. Prince ain't died, man. Go ahead. Why would you even joke like that, Hollywood? That ain't funny. Prince ain't died. I'm still working. He said, no, for real. Prince died. I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Cause I'm thinking in my head, I literally just told E on Monday, somebody really important is about to die. And that's when E knew I was really gifted. He said, yo, you really got a gift, man. Like, yeah. So I ended up having a community day, and basically a community day is like a field day. So anybody know what field day is? And I was having it for the whole 757, right? We was about to be lit, okay? I went and got a whole bunch of flyers made. One of the guys that was part of my charity in the beginning, he the one that came up with the name, and we're gonna get a bounce house. We're gonna have like basically a little cookout with some music. We're gonna be playing spades and domino. Basically, we're trying to bring the community back together. Get the fuck out the house and let's connect with each other. When I say the shit was so fucking lit though, I spent a lot of money. I spent over $1,000. I spent a lot of money. Okay, I spent a lot of money. I went to the man that runs the field. I said, Mr. David, what do I need to do? What permits do I need to go get? Who do I need to speak to in order to get the field for an event? He said, you can have the field. I went to culinary school. I know I need a permit. I said, I don't need no permit. He said, no, you're good. So I spent all this money. I'm doing radio promo. I went on Miss Remy and promote the shit. I did all this shit just from the day of my event to come and for my shit to get shut down by the fucking city. Because somebody I went to high school with went and told them people, oh, somebody's using the field and they're using the field and they ain't got permission. But I'm like, Mr. David gave me permission and now Mr. David ain't nowhere to be fucking found. I said, damn, bro. I asked that man 3 times on 3 different occasions, are you sure I don't need no permits? I said, are you sure? No, you don't need a permit. You could just have the field. I guess he thought it was going to be a little small event. I guess he didn't know it was going to be a big ass event. Baby, I'm talking about the event was so big. I'm waking up 4 o'clock in the morning. My Facebook going off with notification. People talking about that shit 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, yo, you heard about Koncrete Rose Community Day? Yo, I'm going to that shit. Yeah, we in there. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, man? I got performances, all types of shit. I got people, managers reaching out to me like, can my artists perform at the event? I'm like, sure, they can perform. I need to see music. Everything need to be clean. And, like, basically, this is the thing. Oh, okay, cool. And also, we need his face on the flyer. Well, my face ain't on the flyer, bitch, and it's my event. So, no, thank you. He could go perform somewhere else. Okay? The fuck is we doing? Yeah, that's not how you manage somebody. The community day ended up failing. Yep, my shit got shut down by the city, bruh. I was so pissed. And I had to get on live and apologize to the entire 757 because Nina was in the wrong. And I kept saying, man, I owe the 757 the community day. Well, this is the thing. A whole bunch of people have stolen it since then because clearly I'm a trendsetter and you motherfuckers ain't got an original fucking brain cell. You got to take every fucking thing Nina does. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's been so many community days out here since 2016. I could say, you know what, 757, y'all got y'all motherfucking community day. Was any of theirs going to be as lit as mine? Nope, not at all. But y'all got y'all fucking community day. Keep running with it and actually become a fucking community. Now, So basically, Jerry ended up telling me a joke about his wife, and I kind of regurgitated the joke back, but I was joking when I said it, but I said it in front of other people, and yeah, that shit pissed Jerry the fuck off. And Jerry was on a mission to get Nina fired, and Nina did not know it. Nina did not know it. First thing was, I can't write any more poetry. You can't leave work early, and you need to be on time for work. Well, you were letting me leave work early. You was letting me write poetry. You was letting me show up to work late, and now all of a sudden, I said, I ain't back. I ain't back. I said, I'm not doing your job no more. If I can't write poetry, I'm not doing your job no more. You taking my lifeline. You taking my heartbeat from me. Writing is my saving grace every time since 1994. You gonna tell me I can't write? Fuck you in this job. So I stopped doing his job. I stopped doing the driver's job. Stopped doing the lumberer's job. Nina was a verifier. I'm gonna stand right here. I'm gonna wait for them to bring me boxes. I'm gonna count and scan everything in. I'm gonna take that shit up to the bird nest like I'm supposed to. Somebody get fired because they ain't do their fucking job. That's on them. Nina gonna make sure her job is done. Oh, that shit pissed everybody off. Oh, that shit pissed out. Nina ain't gonna help. Nope, I'm not helping. I said I'm a verifier. I'm gonna stand here and count boxes like I'm supposed to. That shit pissed them off. Nina was gone in a week, baby. Let me tell you. That shit pissed me off so bad. I wrote a poem called Fuck My Job. Me and Liko went to go sit outside on the patio, because that's where the smokers would sit to eat lunch. We went out there on the patio. I said, yo, I wrote a poem called Fuck My Job. And while my manager, Jerry, was out there and was a few other co-workers, I went the fuck in on everybody in that poem. I said, I'm going to read it too. She said, you ain't going to read the poem. She said, read the poem, Nina. So I got, this is the thing. She thought I was just going to sit down and read the poem, right? No, I stood up on the chair in front of Jerry. Jerry was literally up 4 feet from me. I stood up on the chair. I said, excuse me, everyone. I wrote a poem and it's called Fuck My Job. Okay. I said, since I can't write no poetry, I wrote a poem about y'all and it's called Fuck My Job. And I looked right at Jerry's face and he looked at me like, you bitch. He looked right at me like, you bitch. So I started reading the poem. So my coworkers was quiet at first, but then it was like, oh, this bitch crazy. So they started talking over me, right? So I get louder. Not only did I get louder, I stood on top of the actual table. And Jerry is literally standing right there 4 feet in front of me, yo. I read the entire point. I was going in. I said, you bald head scallywags need to take care of your little dusty, snotty nosed kids. I was going to fuck in, yo. I was like, and you got a drunk problem, and your problem is this, and your problem is that, and your breath stink. Okay, I was going to fuck in on everybody. And they knew who I was talking about. They were like, oh, shit. I'm going the fuck. I can't find that point for nothing. I am pissed. I want to read it to y'all. Boy, they were like, yo. They're like, man, Nina going the fuck in, yo. I finished the poem. I looked at Jerry. Jerry looked at me. Jerry said, push her ass off the table. Next thing I know, my Lika was like, I can't believe you read that shit. I go in. Bobby, who was over Jerry, literally just had a conversation with all of us the beginning of the week. He said, don't let anyone take your scanner gun. He said, I don't care who it is. He said, it'll be a manager. Hold on to your scanner gun. Don't let nobody take your scanner gun. Don't even put it down for real. Why Ashley come over there 5 minutes after I come back from lunch and trying to snatch my scanner gun out my hand? I was like, bro, go ahead, bro. She said, no, let me see your gun. Let me see your gun. Let me see. I said, no. I said, Bobby said, don't let nobody see your gun. I said, you go get another gun. You don't need mine. The bitch actually took and tried to snatch it out my hand, but she keep forgetting I'm stronger than her, because we had a run-in previously a couple months back when she was trying to walk into me. Okay, but she was trying to make it seem like an accident, so I saw she was trying to walk into me. So I took my shoulders and all I did was dip down into her. I didn't change the position I was walking, but where she was walking, she was going to walk straight into my chest on purpose, and she was going to bump me hard as hell, and I saw that shit coming. So all I did was dip my shoulder down so I would hit her in her chest. I never changed the direction I was walking, and the fact that my shoulder hit you in the middle of your chest, meaning you was coming to bump the fuck out of me, bitch. So I made sure I bumped the fuck out of her, and she was like, ow, and she like fell back a little bit, and she was like, ow. She went and told Jerry that. I said, bitch, you trying to thump? We could fucking thump, but don't fucking touch me, though. Okay, don't fucking touch me. I went the fuck off on her ass. She went and cried to Jerry then. And Jerry was like, what happened? I said, she trying to bully me, and I ain't going for it. And so he let it go then, but he knew we had issues. He purposely sent that bitch over there to snatch that gun out my hand. And she got mad because she couldn't get out my hand. And she went and told Jerry. And Jerry told some, tell Nate to send her home. And then they had me write a statement. I said, y'all niggas about to fire me, ain't y'all? And they said, ain't nobody say that, Nina. I said, no, y'all about to fire me. I said, I know y'all are. I said, I bet you happy you got me up out of here. I said, that's all right, Nate. I said, let me tell you one thing. I said, I can tell you this that I know to be true. I said, any job I ever worked at that mistreated me after I left, I said, that job didn't exist no more. He said, Nina, what you trying to say? I didn't realize he thought I was doing witchcraft, because I won't. Okay, I just know the power of God that come with me. And I said, I guarantee you this job ain't going to be here. I ended up getting fired. I called Jerry. Nate hit me up. I think I had left the job. 30 minutes after I left the job, he was like, yeah, Nina, they decided to fire you. I got off the phone with his pussy ass. I called Jerry. I'm like, I said, why you ain't firing me to my face for, Jerry? He was like, Nina, I just had to do what I had to do. I was like, that shit hurt my feelings though, because like, we was really cool. I like, you could have, okay, like that lady from New York told me, ain't no feelings in business, yo. Ain't no feelings in business. Ain't no feelings in business, yo. So I ended up getting fired. And that was what, 2016, August 2016. Female ex-best friend, and that nigga still hit me up for money. I ended up making a video that's posted on my vlog channel called what is it called? Stop letting people drain you. And that's when I started realizing people be trying to use me, bro. And I gotta stop being so damn nice, because I'm getting drained for what? Like, that job taught me that, and the fake twin flame and the female ex-best friend, all of that shit hit all at once. That shit taught me that. I had to learn it the hard way. So it was the next year, and they called me back. The warehouse called me, and it was like, yo, Nina. It was like, we need a verifier. No, what happened to the little short New York lady and that other bitch? And y'all thought y'all would be good without me, right? What happened to all of that? They're like, we need verifiers. We need you to come back. I said, nah, I'm good. I'm at the shipyard. I'm making $12 an hour. Okay, which is $2 more than what they was paying me. And he was like, oh shit, okay, well, big money. Well, I ended up getting fired in April. But like I said, my checks was rolling into each other. I was making enough money. Like, I took a month off. And it not necessarily took a month off. Like, I was still, like, doing my business. But that's when I started realizing you only make real money when you go vending with this particular business. Not really online sales. Online sales were so fucking slow. But as long as I was vending, I was getting money. But if you vend, you know, it take money to make money with vending. So I was like, yeah, this ain't working. I need to go ahead and go get a job for my money dwindle out. Plus, I got Marley now. I got more responsibilities. But that's also how me and Marley ended up becoming close. When I took that month off from working, that's how me and Marley became so close. And I do not regret that shit. I do not regret that shit. And then going back to the warehouse, 10 days, 10 day shifts, not 10 days, 10 hour shifts again. And when I say I walked up in that job, when I say that bitch was empty. That bitch was empty. It was 2 other verifiers, and there were 3 drivers. Hold on. It was 3 drivers in my section. It was 2 drivers. So altogether, it was, including me, it was 5 verifiers and 5 drivers. That was out of the entire web. They had hundreds of, okay, that's it. Amazon pulled out. Because they didn't get the proper people working in there. They damaging products and stuff. And Amazon was one of their big cash cows. And now you trying to tell me it's 3 sections completely missing out this goddamn building? Y'all had hundreds of employees. How the fuck is it 10 people here? Okay, I told that man that job wasn't gonna last. And he had to humble himself to call me. And I lasted 11 fucking hours because Centera was there. And Centera was really, really, really close with Ashley. And Centera was mad that I was there and Ashley won't, or this person won't, and that person won't. And she decided to call Ashley the next, when she got off of work. And I heard her when we was clocking out that day. Well, she must have called Ashley when we was on lunch, because I heard her when we was clocking out for that day. And that was my first day back. We worked 10 hours. She said, that's all right. Ashley told me what to do. I know how to get that bitch. I said, I ain't back. I clock in the next day. I won't even completely clocked in for a whole hour. Here this bitch coming wanting to start arguments. And I asked Nate, I said, what you tell, because we end up with a new supervisor. Jerry won't there no more. I said, what you tell the new supervisor about me? He said, I told him he about to get the best verifier that ever walked up in this warehouse. I said, really? And I asked him, he said, yeah, he actually did tell me that. I said, well, I'm shocked, because he don't like me. He was really nice. Too bad I didn't get to work with him too long, because yeah, Centera want to fight people. I'm like, bitch, I'm tired of you popping shit. I said, what's up? She said, when you trying to rack, what's good? I said, girl, listen, I took off my vest. I said, what the fuck you trying to do? Okay, girl, I'm like, I'm tired. I said, what the and then I'm in the midst of counting somebody's boxes, and that poor old man was looking at me like, what is going on? He was looking at like, it's about to be a Royal Rumble up in this bitch. I took off my vest. I said, bitch, what the fuck you trying to do? She gonna stand there with her fake nails and her weave down to her ass and her lashes that if she bet hard enough, she could fly away, and gonna tell me with her hand on her hip while she rolling her neck, I don't have to take my vest off to fight. I said, bitch, I ain't got time for this love and hip hop bullshit. Cause as soon as you said I ain't got to take my vest off to fight, bitch, I know you ain't no motherfucking fighter. Cause any real fucking fighter would have took off their goddamn, bitch, I ain't got time for this shit. I said, girl, go on the fuck head. I'm trying to work. Why the fucking manager come up to me? Here come Nate. Come on, Nina. And you should go write a statement. Oh, here we go with this bullshit again. Here we go with this bullshit again. I said, bet. And I said, that's what's up. I already knew I was getting fired. I called an Uber. I went home with Marley. Okay, I think I want to say I ordered some food then. Cause then the food was popping. Okay, the food was popping. But yeah, I had some good food, and yeah, I went home and kicked it with Marley, and Shorty got back to the ground looking for a job, man. But okay, God don't play about Nina, cause that shit is gone now, bro. That's okay. God literally took me back just to show me I will destroy anybody that think they can get over on you. Let me tell you, baby. And then on top of that, okay, while I'm waiting for my Uber to come pick me up, the girl done got some gay girl to inbox, some dyke chick to inbox me, talking, bitch, where you at? Bitch, where you at? I said, bitch, fuck all this. I said, y'all bitches trying to fight for real or not? No answer. Bet, fuck it, block. That was Friday. I wake up early on Sunday, 7 o'clock in the morning again. I just so happened to get up on Facebook. Here comes Centera. Cause me and her baby daddy was cool, because she ended up getting pregnant by one of the guys that we worked with, that I was really cool with. But after me and her fell out, and she told him he couldn't talk to me no more, so he had to unfriend me. Here she come on my goddamn page, 7 o'clock in the morning. Bitch, you got me fired. I said, bitch, I got fired too. The fuck is you talking about? We sitting here going back and forth. She like, you Scooby-Doo looking ass bitch. I said, Scooby-Doo is sexy, bitch. Fuck you. Okay? Me and Scooby-Doo got the same skin complexion. Fuck you. I said, I'll be Scooby-Doo. She like, you need to let me do that raggedy ass hair on your head. I said, bitch, I seen, cause she do hair. I said, bitch. I said, I seen your results. I said, you ain't got no edges. You ain't touching my motherfucking head. We were going back and forth for like 30 minutes. I said, bitch, get a fucking life. It's Sunday. Go take care of your fucking kids. And I blocked her ass. I got all these inboxes. Nina, you were eating her ass the fuck up. I was like, y'all niggas is nosy. Go to church, okay? Go to church. Go get some Jesus. But yeah, babies, this is... why a toxic environment will change you before you change it. I started turning into a completely different person. I was grouchy. I was not the same. Then the whole twin flame situation happened, and I usually do not put myself in them type of predicaments, but once again, allowing my cousin to be my spiritual guide, and she ain't even got no spiritual gifts, is where I fucked up as well. So make sure you build the relationship with self, honey, before you go out here listening to advice from other people. And also, like I tell y'all, a toxic environment will change you before you change it, baby. If you don't like the way somewhere makes you feel, you gotta do something about it to change it. I said, think about it. Love you, babies. Mwah.